Hello students, today we will see the revision of next lesson, and the lesson name is a parallel lines. So first of all, we will understand which lines we are saying the parallel lines. Lines in your notebook, the window, the grills from the window. Sometimes um, grills from the window, they are parallel, they do not intersect each other. If you increase in both the side, okay, then these lines are called as a parallel lines. So in this window, here it is the, these are the parallel lines, these are the parallel line, and the stick across this line, this is the line, it is called as a intersecting line. Okay, and in this lesson we are going to study the parallel lines, its properties, some theorems related to it. Okay, and we'll solve the examples based on it. So here in the picture, some points given for the recall. So here it is line L, and here it is line M. Okay, and this is the what, transversal. Okay, so here, so when the two lines are there, here it is two lines, which are those two lines, that is line L and line M. If these two lines are get intercepted by another line, and that line is a N, then this line is called as a transversal. This line is called as a transversal. Okay, so when two lines get intercepted by one transversal, then how many angles are formed here? If you see here, here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Here 8 angles are formed. When two lines are intercepted by a transversal, 8 angles are formed. Okay, then these type angles are of different types. So those angles are corresponding angles, then corresponding angle, then alternate angles, and interior interior angles. So first of all, we will see the pairs of corresponding angles. The corresponding angles, when you have to find out from this, then angle D, angle D's corresponding angle is angle H. Angle D's corresponding angle is H. Okay, then angle C, here it is C. C's corresponding angle is angle G. C's corresponding angle is angle G. Then angle A, angle A, angle A's corresponding angle is angle E. Angle E, and at last the B's corresponding angle, angle B's corresponding angle is angle F. B's corresponding angle is angle F. So here if you see, here I gave the marks of same color for the corresponding angles. Then you will notice that D and H, D and H, C angle D and angle H. This is the first pair of corresponding angle. Then angle C and angle G. This is the second pair of corresponding angle. Then afterwards angle A, and you see pink color is here, angle BA and angle E. This is the third pair, and at last angle B and angle F. This is the fourth pair of corresponding angle. So from this what we are understanding, when two lines are get intercepted by a transversal, then 8 angles are formed, and from this what happens, it forms the 4 pairs of corresponding angles. It forms 4 pairs of corresponding angles. Its location I shown you here with the same color, and here I wrote these angles of pairs of corresponding angles. Okay, now After this we will see the next that is alternate interior angles, pair of alternate. These are the corresponding angles. These are corresponding angles. And now we will see the interior alternate angle and exterior alternate angles pair. Okay, corresponding angles pair you seen. Now just to understand it, I am going to rub this. So here when the two lines are there, this is the L and this is M, get intercepted by another line that is N, get intercepted by another line L. Here two types of interior angles are formed, that is interior alternate angles, pair of interior alternate angle, and other is the exterior alternate angle. Okay, so these two angles, how to find out? So see here, first we will see pair of interior alternate angles. So this is the first pair, C and E. Interior means these two lines are there and this part is the interior part of these two lines. Okay, so which are the alternate angles formed by this? Here it is angle C and angle E. So here angle C and angle E. These are the interior, this is the interior alternate angle. And angle B and angle H, these are also interior also and alternate angle also. Angle B and angle H, angle B and angle H, these are the interior alternate angles. Now exterior alternate angles, if you see here, these two are the exterior, these lines are there and its exterior part is above and these lines below, M lines below part and L lines above part. So here D and F, angle D and angle F are exterior and alternate angle. Angle D and angle F, these are exterior, this is exterior alternate angle. And this angle, which is angle A and angle G, angle A and angle G is the another pair of exterior alternate angle. So this, in this way, A and G is the pair of exterior alternate angle. So when two lines are get intercepted by another line, then the two pairs of interior alternate angle and two pairs of exterior alternate angles are formed. This we understand from this, and these angles are formed, and these interior alternate angle, exterior angle and alternate angles, otherwise corresponding angles, they are congruent to each other, means their measure is same. The meaning of it is that if its measure is 80, then B is also 80. Okay, because this is which are these are the alternate angles, vertically opposite angles. If this measure is 80, H is also 80 because they are interior alternate angles. And if H is 80, F is also 80. Reason behind it is that this is also which type of angle? It is a what we are saying it is opposite angles. Okay, vertically opposite angle. If it is 80, A's measure is, then in this way they are congruent to each other. If we change the measure of this, then you will notice that if this measure is suppose 110, okay, D is 110, just now I told you B is also 110, H measure is also 110 and F's measure is also 110. If D is angle 110, then A is equal to 70. A is equals to 70. Why? Because they are on a straight line. These lines are, this is a straight line, and the linear pairs, these are the linear pairs, and that's why its measure is 70. So it is 70. This angle's measure is 70. Then after that E is also 70 and G is also 70. In this way, the sum of, and this, suppose if you see the corresponding angles, just now I told you D and H measure is same, A, C and G measure is same, A and E its measure is same, B and F, these are the corresponding angles and they are congruent to each other. If you see here interior alternate angles C and E, if you see here C's measure is 70 and E's measure is also 70, and then B and H, B's measure is 110, H measure is also 110. Exterior alternate angles, which are the exterior alternate angles? A and G, A and G. If you see here A's measure is 70 and G's measure is also 70. Okay, and last D and F, if you see here 110 and 110 is its measure. So this is the interior alternate angle and the exterior alternate angles are there. After that we will see the next point, that is the interior angles and the exterior pair of, which are the pair of interior angles and what is its measure, that we will see now. So if you see here, you will notice that which are the interior angles? C and H, angle C and angle H, these are the interior angles, okay. And another major angle is a B and E, angle B and angle E. These are the two pairs of interior angles are formed when two lines are intercepted by another line. And if you see the property, angle C plus H is equal to 180 degree, 110 plus 70, it is 180 degree. Then B and E, its measure is also 110 plus 70 is equal to 180 degree. From this what we are understanding, the sum of interior angles formed by a transversal of a line, okay, is equals to, from one side it is 180 and another side of a line it is also 180 degree. Okay, now we will see the next that we had seen all these properties I told you all, and now the activity is there. The next point is the interior angles theorem is there. So just now we seen that interior angle inside what I told you, A plus B is equals to 180 degree and D plus C is equal to also 180 degree. So see here, if two parallel lines are intercepted by a transversal, if two parallel lines are intercepted by a transversal, the interior angles on either side of transversal are supplementary. The word supplementary means its measure is, the two angles measure is 180 degree. Okay, now next it is given. So what will be the given? If two parallel lines are intercepted by a transversal. So this is the antecedents of the statement. So which are the two parallel lines? M and L. Line M and L is parallel to M, and line N is its a transversal. Okay, that will come inside the given. And next point is the hence, as shown in the figure, A and B are the interior angles. A and B are the interior angles formed by a line N towards the one side of a transversal, and D and C towards the another side of transversal. Okay, now next what we have to prove, that we have to prove that A plus B is equal to 180 and D plus C is equals to 180 degree. So three possibilities are there. The sum of A plus B, it is less than 180, the sum of 180 more than 180, or sum of A plus B or A plus B is equals to 180. So we will study one by one all these three possibilities. So first possibility is the A plus B is less than 180. So if first possibility is true, if we consider as first possibility is true, just we seen in the what we are saying, that Euclid's postulates inside. Here it is he shown that if two interior angles, formed by one side of a transversal of two lines add up to the less add up to less than two right angles, then the line produced in that direction intersect each other. So if these two lines are there and they are not parallel to each other, okay, then this line if we produce here again, then they intersect each other at one point. This is the postulate, and according to that postulate, this is impossible, that is sum of interior angles less than 180. If it is there, then the lines are not parallel to each other. So here they told you, if a plus b is less than 180 degree, then according to Euclid's postulate, if line L and N are produced, will intersect on either on the side of the transversal where A and B are formed. So these lines may, if these are not parallel to each other, they intersect at one point. This is the Euclid's postulate. According to Euclid's postulate, it is impossible. Now second possibility we will see. Which is the second possibility? A plus B is greater than 180 degree. A plus B is greater than 180 degree. So here it is A plus 180 B is greater than 180. If we are taking this statement as a true or correct, then the line is what? How the line will be? This line is, because this is A and that is B, its measure is more than 180 degree, then more than 180 degree, then if you see here in the picture, you will notice that this, if the A plus B is more than 180 degree, then these two lines intersect each other towards the opposite side of the angle A and B. So here they told you that, see here, A plus B is greater than 180, then A plus D is equals to, and A plus, this is A plus B is equals to 1, here names we will see, D. As you know that A plus D is equal to how much? 180, because they are in a linear pair. So here what they told you, A plus B is greater than 180 and A plus D is equals to 180. Okay, A plus D is equals to, here I will draw the line, then you will understand. Here it is A, B and C, and here it is D. A plus D is equals to how much? 180 degree. C plus B is equals to also 180 degree. Okay, because they are in linear pairs. So here C plus B is equal to also 180. If we add these all angles, A plus D, C plus B, and here RHS, that is 180, then you will get it here, A plus D, B plus C is equal to 180 plus 180 is equal to 360. Okay, then C plus D, here C plus D is equals to, we have to find out the measure of these two angles. So C and D we kept it here only, and A and B we are taken towards the another side of a is equal to sign. So here C plus D is equal to 360 minus, this is 360, it will remain here, and A minus B will come this side. Okay, as you know that A minus B is greater than 180 degree. So this statement how it will be, A plus B is greater than 180, then 360, this side of the equation, right side of equation will be 360 minus 180 plus A plus B is answer, its answer, this answer is less than 180, means C plus D is less than 180. And if C plus D is less than 180, again here Euclid's postulate will follow. If this measure C and D is less than 180 degree, then these two lines intersect each other towards the where these C and D are located. So again this statement is false. So here we have to write, in this case line L and M are produced intersect each other towards the side which the transversal where C and D are formed. So C plus D is less than 180 is also impossible. This is also impossible. So what is the last possibility left? That is A plus B is equal to 180, and this is the property left, and that is only the correct. Actually this proof is indirect proof. Just now I told you direct proof, inside we have to prove it, use the properties and prove it. But in the indirect proof, inside whatever is the correct statement, we have to take it as a false, and we have to prove it as a that correct, whatever we solve is wrong and the actual statement is correct. So in that way we do the revision till here. So today we will stop here only. The next part of the lesson we will see tomorrow. So do the revision for exam. Okay, thank you, have a good day.